Persons, praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Ashai, Ba'ashim, Gavadash. And the bonus apostles and teachers, great millstone from our Lord and His truth, and this is Mount Say Shalom to the hopeful light of Israel. It's going to be a quick video. Just saw this. Came out, the fuck do you read this damn date? It's like July 2022, so probably yesterday or the day before. It was the 2nd today. But, July 1st, yeah. But, see, title here, 1/4 of Americans say they are ready to take up arms against the government. Polls also find that more than 1/3 of those currently own guns. And a lot of these are Edomites. I'll say it again, a lot of these are so-called white people in their own kingdom ready to take down their own leaders. And just once again, seeing this type of thing is a big faith booster. Why? Because the goal is for America to be destroyed and for us to get in the kingdom. And in order for us to get in the kingdom, in order for people to find peace, America has to be burnt to the ground. And you have your government pushing, your citizens to the point to where they're ready to engage in sedition. I think that's the correct term. Sedition pretty much means an uprising against authority. And it's going to get worse. More and more America, like gas prices, all this shit going on. Money being sent to other countries. Meanwhile, your own people are suffering. In price of food. This is really hitting Jake, but it's also hitting all of Americans, including all of these pale skin niggas. This is a beautiful thing to see the place in which we are held captive burned to the ground. Cause like what? When America goes, Esau's entire system goes. That's another good thing. Like what? Why is it a good thing? You take a look at the way the world is run. Everything and everybody is fucking suffering. There's scriptures. It's Proverbs 29:2, and it says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but the wicked bear through, the people mourn. And is everybody happy right now? No, everybody's fucking suffering. So I'm just gonna read a little bit through this article. More than 1/4 of Americans, 28%, said that it might soon be necessary to take up arms against the government, according to a new poll released Thursday. Of those who felt that way, 30% currently own guns, the poll found. And more likely than that, it's likely a higher percentage of that own guns, you got a lot of Edomite militias. There's been like different videos on social media and whatnot that like I remember this one video. There's this guy who's saying that they love America, but America doesn't love him back. There's the other dude that says some shit like how he supports the troops, he supports the police force, but if they turn against the Americans, then they're going to be looked at as an enemy, something like that. And these are Edomites, these Edomites, they got this red or white and blue running through their veins. The poll also showed that the majority of Americans, liberal and conservative both, felt that their government was corrupt and rigged against everyday people like me. Which it is, They prey on their own people. The scriptures talk about that too. The survey, which polled a pool of 1,000 U.S. voters, was conducted by the University of Chicago's Institute of Politics in May. The poll revealed deep divides between Americans of differing viewpoints, with nearly identical percentages of Republicans and Democrats, 73 and 74%, saying that the other side were generally bullies who want to impose their political beliefs on those who disagree. Essentially two sides of the same coin, The poll comes as the U.S. House Select Committee's investigation into President Trump's role in the violent January 6th insurrection against the Capitol is being publicly broadcast across the nation. The survey found that overall 49% of Americans agreed that they more and more feel like a stranger in my own country. Once again, this is a beautiful thing to see America go down the fucking drain. Because, everything that you people, as a nation of people, have, everything that you have coming to you, you've, like this ass kicking that you have coming to you, you've earned it. Just like how you put in the work to earn a grade, to earn that A. Some people, put in the work to earn an A. Some people put in the work to earn a B. Some people put in the work to earn a C. Some people put in the work to earn a D. And some people put in the work to earn an E. You niggas have, when you go into the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord, the things that you do and things that you don't do. Things that you do to earn an A and things that you do to earn the ass kicking. Just like with your parents, right? There are things you do to earn their favor. And there's things you do to earn the ass kicking. And 2 Samuel 2 and 3, 1 Samuel 2 and 3, talks about how the Lord weighs your actions, So like what? Your actions have earned you people this ass kicking that you all have coming to you. Both the 2/3 and the rest of you heathen. Everything that you have, you've earned it. You've actually taken the actions to get, a certain outcome. You've earned the ass kicking that you have coming to you. A breakdown in political learnings of those who felt that sentiment was characteristic of, I'm not going to read everything, just going to skip through, hit a couple key points. Voters' distrust of election. That's another thing. The American people don't trust their government. And they shouldn't. Your government lies to you about every fucking thing. Voters' distrust of elections, which spurred the January 6th riots, also followed similar lines, though 56% of Americans felt they generally trust elections to be conducted fairly and counted accurately. Party divisions among those who felt that were stark. 80% of Democrats expressed trust in elections, while only 51% of independents and 33% of Republicans polled said they did. Thought it was going to be a little bit more. 1/3 of Republicans polled held that the belief that armed resistance to the government may soon be necessary. Nearly half of all people polled said they avoid talking politics with people because I don't know where they stand, and a quarter said that they had lost avoided friends and relatives over politics. You people are dumbasses. Arguing over a country who does not give a shit about any of you, and you all deserve what you have coming to you because you're fucking idiots. When you go into the kingdom of heaven, there's laws that you follow, but also everything is going to be in peace. There's going to be peace. Here in America, even if you do follow the law, you still get fucked all the way over, and there's no peace. Going to this this law enforcement thing in Michigan, where there's an article put out where Michigan police wouldn't, like, if they got a phone call, unless it was like in some dire situation, like, you getting fucking raided, shot up, or some shit, the Michigan police wouldn't go to the site. Why? Because the gas is too high. And how long would it take these stormtroopers to actually help you, to get to where you are? The incident could have, what's the right way to say this? The guy kicking your ass could have already kicked your ass, made himself a ham sandwich, stole some of your shit, and left you in a bloody puddle. And about 10 minutes later, they get there. The likelihood of them getting there on time is going to be low. If they do decide that, to actually do their jobs that your tax dollars go towards. That's interesting. You niggas pay for all this and like, take a look at the roads and everything, infrastructure, everything's fucked up. Here it is. The American government is taxing its people, yet that money is being sent to other countries, and it's not being fueled back into the building and the aid of you people. You know? But hey, even these niggas that are supposed to help you aren't going to be helping you. And you're not going to have this type of thing in the kingdom. Just going back into that part where I said where there's no peace. You know, here it is. There's certain like somebody. There's certain like I'm going to use a court case for example. With certain things, these niggas will literally drop the case even when they have like concrete evidence. I personally know somebody that went through this recently of an assault or something like that. They'll literally drop the fucking case. Like the victim doesn't get any, type of reparations or anything like that. Even though they'll have solid evidence. Whatever happened to that person, they're just gonna have to deal with it. You're not gonna have that in the kingdom. Here in America, for example, you have these rich niggas that will like there's this one guy. He's a part of this large family that own that they deal on one industry they deal heavily in is chemical plants, shit like that. But I forgot his name. But he fingered his 2-year-old daughter. He got caught. But when the judge said pretty much he wasn't going to send him to prison because he wouldn't fare well in prison. And as a rich guy, you have a lot of this type of shit going on. You being able to buy your way out of certain crime and shit. You're not going to be able to do that with the Lord. But here in America, being wicked is rewarded handsomely. Scripture talk about how the righteous maketh himself a prey. If you speak good, you speak the truth, everybody's going to look at you like you crazy. See, there's no justice here in America. And a lot of you dumbasses like to refer to the injustice system as a justice system, which once again, there's no justice here in America. And a lot of you Americans, it's, you're starting to finally realize that, but it's too late. 2 Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men, and sedition pretty much means uprising against authority, uprising against government. You had in Michigan, you had a couple of Edomites that planned to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. That's something that's something interesting. How you have your own citizens. You're supposed to look up to these leaders. You're supposed to be your leaders. You've voted them in there, right? You're supposed to look up to these people for guidance. And like, who knows what these? I think the article mentioned these niggas had a whole fucking detailed plan. Like, I think they were gonna hold her for ransom, but I'm not sure if it was ransom exactly. But they had some shit laid out. These are Edomites. Satan against Satan, against his fellow brethren. Y'all niggas supposed to stick together. What's going on? Caveman helps caveman. I think it's Elder Amwan Abad said. Elder brother Amwan Abad. Caveman helps caveman. What you niggas doing? But for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And what the course of their actions shall stand in their power. In other words, these, especially the Edomites, but Americans in general, are gonna say fuck. Fuck what their leaders have to say. They're gonna take things into their own hands. And you've literally had Edomites that have actually said those exact words. We're gonna have to take things to our own hands. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread for great tribulation. And what? It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. And like what? A lot of you Americans think that nothing can ever go wrong in America. America's always going to bounce back. But the Lord is proving you wrong. You know, you think you can do whatever you want. You think you can say whatever you want. You think you can think whatever you want. But that's not how shit really goes. Because even in America, you have a certain, like, they talk about, you know, being free thinkers and everything. But all these philosophies and all this shit all these philosophies that you people believe in, it's all shit that's been pushed onto you by Esau. And a good example is when you go into the Bible, there's certain things, like, for example, men and women aren't equal. You know, men can have multiple wives, but woman only supposed to have one man. And there's actually like a biological and scientific fucking reason why that is. But when you hear things like that, you know, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Why? Because you had certain philosophies and a certain mindset pushed onto you. So you niggas are technically, you niggas really aren't free thinkers. You know, because you've already been lobotomized and brainwashed into thinking a certain way. Into thinking, you know, you have a certain list of beliefs that's already been pushed to you. You know? Looking at America from an American's perspective, well, it used to be, you know, a great country. But looking at it from someone who's been on the receiving end of America's violence perspective, say some other country with melanated people that these niggas went around and bombed, or maybe some other, you know, country in the East that they dropped nukes on, atomic bombs on. America looked like a fucking demon. But what you people have been brainwashing and thinking that America, you know, it's some great country. We do it. You know, they're over here bombing these people to free their people, to push democracy. They're over here, you know, poisoning this people because I don't know, they don't believe in Christianity or whatever, some bullshit. And you know what I mean when I bring up those few examples, because America will go over there, they'll lie to you people, say we're doing this, but really they're over there fucking those people up just to steal their resources, or to push your philosophy on them, or to incite war in that country so they can put up so they can topple the current leadership. If you don't believe me, do some research on that shit yourself. America does that. A lot of you idiots think that, you know, that all this evil that's going on is just, you know, it's just gonna, no punishment is gonna be rendered for all the evil that's been going on. And I say all that because what? This type of shit that you see, it's going to get worse, you know? And like what? The scriptures talk about these events being birth pains, right? And when a woman's going through birth pains, what? Each subsequent birth pain it's worse before the one before it, up until you get to that birth where, you know, she going through all that bullshit. But what if you've been following the timeline of events? Every event has been getting worse. You know, going to these polls, you actually have more and more Americans that are literally saying that they're ready to take up arms against their government. In other words, like, for example, you have militias. These niggas are actually ready to fight and die fighting their leaders for the country in which they believe. Shit has been getting worse, and it's going to continue to get worse. I'm going to read this. This is Ecclesiastes 25:7. And for us, this is a good thing. You know? Because when you actually understand the Bible, once again, like I said in the beginning, when America goes out, the kingdom of heaven is going to be able to come in, and then that's when we're going to have peace. Ecclesiastes 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. You know, like, there's another video I mentioned where We actually have functioning brain cells. Like the rest of you people are fucking idiots. Right? Because like what? Just like I said, the longer America the longer America continues to thrive and go on, the more you niggas are gonna suffer. High prices, having to get up and work every fucking day to make another nigga rich, get fucking pennies. There's a scripture where it talks about how the children of Israel pretty much they're not gonna there's a couple scriptures going to it, but the basic topic is the children of Israel are pretty much gonna work their ass off, but they're not gonna be able to fully reap what it is they sow. But there be nine things where I've judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man hath joy of his children, and he liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right? And yes, we do have enemies. Mainly the so-called white man. Take a look at what he did to us in slavery. That's not somebody that's not somebody you call a friend. And even now. And all these other heathen are our enemy, but he's at the top. But what? When you look at his track record, his actions prove that he's our enemy, that he does not like us. When you go into your cavemen with scepters, their actions prove that they don't like any of you niggas. But now you all have a problem with it because you're being oppressed. Our people have been oppressed this whole fucking time. We've been talking about it, but nobody gave a fuck. But now it's a problem when you niggas are feeling it. That's why you have the prophets saying, things like, they can't wait until this whole thing goes down. Because once again, it's about time that all you niggas got your ass handed to you. And it's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't fucking matter. It's going to happen. And this next scripture is going to be the last one. The scripture, I think it's 2nd Ezra 15. Somewhere in the first couple of verses, it talks, I'm just going to read it. Because it doesn't matter if you dumbasses believe or not. It's still going to happen. It doesn't matter if you believe that fire is hot and it can harm you. If you put your hand on that flame, you're going to get burned. The 2nd Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee to speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So like what? The Lord is saying pretty much incredulity goes into unbelief. So like what? It doesn't matter if you believe or not. Once again, it's still going to happen. A lot of you people, we've been saying, you've had elders, apostles, and the ones who taught them talking about this